where Skylar had a much better shot in the early stages of the game by getting much more farm compared to the Brody. Now we can see that in the bottom lane, that's also true with Flapteasy versus Banana. Banana just froze the lane down the bottom just to become in front of Flapteasy and then take advantage of the damage buildup onto Benedetta. Had it not been for AP Bren's massive juggles, this game would have easily been in RRQ Hoshi's favor. But at the same time, RRQ Hoshi really woke up. And now Brusco actually is in a much more comfortable spot. You can see him go for those initiations wherein he will pop the first two ticks of the ultimate in place and then go for the flicker for nice timing on AP Bren. He times the flicker in the right moment so that he'll be able to catch AP Bren at the edges of the circle of the Minoan Fury. And what you only need to have like the follow-up coming up from the Vexana to eventually take over the game, and that's really what Brusco has been able to bring to the table when he's given this kind of comfortable heroes. Surely the Kufra is a hero that was mastered already by Brusco, but it doesn't work in the meta. Now we can see like Tigreal, heroes like Grok, as well as this Minotaur. This will be the priority for RRQ Hoshi. So I will not be surprised if there's an emphasis on the Haka Brusco strat again for AP Bren next game.
Yeah, and I mean, the signature Banana split, right? Banana really
That's
good rotating around the map on the Benedetta, and they let it walk. We talked about it earlier in the draft. We said, hey, majority of the time we're seeing the side of RRQ Hoshi win. Banana has this Benedetta. I'm convinced that the B in Benedetta stands for banana, the way he's performing so far today. But yeah, he's creating those opportunities every single time to be able to get the neutral objectives and also free up Skylar to have a good time in his gold lane. And it allows RRQ Hoshi to kind of thrive in the early phase, and once they start, they don't stop, right? We've seen them pretty much continue to check off those blocks on their list for these objectives, which led to that 13-minute finish, a very early game, and now we're sitting at an even series, and there goes our MVP.
40% damage taken in the backlines. If you're looking at AP Bren, the only backline access that they have is Flapteasy. Surely you can argue that with Kyle, Ogwin, and View, but they're generally heroes that want to go to damage the frontliners, so it's more of a front-to-back composition for AP Bren. Despite the dive and the gap closers that they have, this is generally a lineup where you want to go front to back, and RRQ Hoshi took advantage of that. They have a much better front to back composition compared to AP Bren, and you can see them abuse that factor, especially in the early stages of the game where they just literally stopped Ogwin as well as View from rotating to their own teammates, which now made it so that the side lanes, the natural advantage that you have for the side laners of RRQ to flourish. And that's exactly what happened in the early stages. And the good thing about RRQ Hoshi in this game is that they didn't let go of the pressure, right? So every time that they try to team fight around the neutral objectives, they take that, they don't let go of that. Even when they lose some of their members, that's all right. Then they allow the Banana to go for the macro plays. Or overall, RRQ Hoshi, well thought draft.
Yeah, definitely a well thought draft and some excellent execution on top of